golden sunrise spreads across the endless African savanna as a towering mother giraffe stands silently beneath the glowing horizon, preparing to give birth to her calf. Twiga. Warm wind moves gently through the acacia trees while distant animal calls echo across the awakening wilderness. Then suddenly life arrives. In a dramatic instant, the newborn Twiga falls nearly 2 meters from his mother onto the dusty earth below. Dust explodes upward around the fragile calf, while his tiny chest rises desperately, searching for the very first breath of life. Covered in birth fluid and trembling violently, little Twiga struggles to lift his heavy head from the burning savanna ground. His mother bends her long, graceful neck downward and lovingly cleans the newborn calf beneath the golden sunrise. Twiga's awkward legs twitch weakly beneath him, while survival demands he stand immediately or perish. Again and again the newborn tries desperately to rise, but his long, fragile legs collapse helplessly beneath his weight. The mother gently nudges Twiga with her snout, urging him never to surrender against the brutal wilderness. Finally, the tiny calf rises shakily upon 4 trembling legs beneath the endless African sky. Twiga takes his very first clumsy steps while tall grass brushes softly against his thin legs. Towering above him, his mother stands protectively over the vulnerable newborn, watching every shadow moving through the savanna. Hidden within the dry grass, danger already closes in around little Twiga. A spotted hyena emerges silently from the brush while its hungry eyes lock directly onto the defenseless calf. Moments later, more hyenas appear from every direction, slowly surrounding frightened newborn Twiga. Steps forward, snarling aggressively, while Twiga presses tightly against his mother's long legs in terror. Without hesitation, the giant mother giraffe moves directly between the predators and her child. The pack spreads outward, attempting to outflank her massive body and reach little Twiga from behind. Then suddenly one hyena explodes forward at lightning speed, aiming directly for the newborn calf. At the final second, the mother pivots violently and unleashes a thunderous kick into the attacker. Her giant hoof narrowly misses the predator's skull with devastating force, sending dust exploding through the air. The terrified hyena leaps backward, snarling, while 2 more predators charge simultaneously toward vulnerable Twiga. Instantly, the mother giraffe rises powerfully upon her hind legs and slams her massive front hooves into the earth directly before her calf. Shakes the dusty savanna, while one hyena tumbles violently away, defeated by her overwhelming power. Realizing they cannot defeat the enraged giant protecting Twiga, the predators slowly retreat back into the tall grass. Victorious and vigilant, the mother watches carefully until the last shadow disappears from the horizon. Little Twiga looks upward toward his towering mother with wide, innocent eyes after surviving his first battle for life. Time passes across the savanna and the fragile newborn slowly grows stronger beneath the endless African sun. Now older and more adventurous, juvenile Twiga stretches his growing neck upward to feed upon fresh green leaves from low acacia branches. Zebras graze peacefully nearby while warm wind ripples endlessly through the grasslands around him. But hidden high above within the branches of an ancient acacia tree, another predator waits silently. A stealthy leopard crouches low among the leaves while intense yellow eyes remain fixed directly upon young Twiga below. The giant cat creeps silently downward, preparing the perfect ambush. Completely unaware of the danger above him, Twiga happily strips leaves from a thorny branch beneath the tree. Then suddenly the leopard launches explosively from the branch directly onto Twiga's back. Razor-sharp claws sink deeply into his flesh while the predator drags heavily against his long neck, trying to bring the giraffe down. Terrified, Twiga thrashes violently, kicking dust into the air while desperately struggling to remain standing. One of his front legs buckles beneath the immense weight and crashes painfully into the dirt. Then instinct takes control. In desperation, Twiga slams his body directly into a dense thorny bush, attempting to scrape the predator free. Branches snap violently while thorns tear across fur and flesh during the brutal struggle. The leopard grimaces in pain but refuses to release its deadly grip upon the young giraffe. Then thunder races across the savanna. Twiga's mother charges toward the chaos at full speed while giant hooves pound violently against the earth. Without hesitation, she crashes directly into the thorny bush where Twiga struggles desperately against the predator. Using her immense strength, the furious mother slams the leopard violently away from Twiga with devastating force. The predator tumbles helplessly through the dust before scrambling up a nearby tree, defeated and injured. Exhausted and shaken, young Twiga breathes heavily while scratches line his long neck from the savage ambush. His mother wraps her graceful neck gently around him, comforting her terrified son beneath the fading sunset. Seasons continue passing across the African wilderness, transforming Twiga into a taller and more powerful teenage giraffe. Now walking proudly beside both his mother and a gigantic male giraffe, Twiga moves confidently across the glowing savanna plains. Moonlight shines beautifully across their towering silhouettes while distant lions roar through the darkness. Hidden within the tall grass nearby, a pride of lionesses stalks silently toward teenage Twiga. Cold, glowing eyes watch him carefully beneath the pale African moonlight. Suddenly the massive father giraffe stomps his hoof powerfully against the ground, warning Twiga of the approaching danger. Instantly the family bursts into a desperate galloping run across the moonlit savanna. The lionesses explode from the grass in full pursuit while clouds of dust erupt beneath pounding hooves and paws. Twiga races desperately through the darkness while snapping jaws close dangerously near his hind legs. One lioness lunges forward, attempting to seize him, but Twiga kicks violently backward, barely missing the attacker. Then without warning, a gigantic male lion bursts directly into Twiga's path. Predator roars thunderously before launching high through the air onto Twiga's back. Heavy claws sink deeply into his hide while the lion drags against his neck, attempting to bring him crashing down. Twiga stumbles violently beneath the crushing weight while panic surges through his exhausted body. Still refusing to surrender, the teenage giraffe thrashes wildly side to side, desperately trying to throw the predator free. The lion clings tightly, inching higher toward Twiga's vulnerable neck. Then through the darkness, Twiga spots a massive, jagged bolt in the neck. Using pure survival instinct, he veers sharply and slams his body violently against the unyielding rock face. A devastating impact crushes the clinging lion between Twiga and the stone, forcing the predator loose. Roaring in pain, the male lion crashes heavily into the dust behind him. But before Twiga can escape, the surrounding lionesses close inward once again, trapping the exhausted giraffe completely. Panting heavily with nowhere left to run, Twiga turns desperately toward the circling predators. Then an enormous shadow steps forward from the darkness. Twiga's gigantic father stands towering above the pride like an unstoppable guardian of the savanna. With explosive power, the massive giraffe swings his neck violently like a living wrecking ball directly into a charging lioness. The predator is launched helplessly through exploding clouds of dust while the remaining lionesses retreat fearfully from the overwhelming giant. The injured male lion growls in frustration before finally leading the defeated pride away into the darkness. Safe beside his enormous father, exhausted Twiga breathes heavily beneath the fading moonlight. Years pass relentlessly across the African plains, transforming Twiga into a fully grown majestic giant of the savanna. Now towering high above the grasslands, adult Twiga walks confidently across the wilderness, carrying the scars of every battle survived since birth. Gazelles and impalas scatter respectfully aside whenever the mighty giraffe approaches through the windswept plains. Twiga effortlessly reaches the highest acacia branches while golden sunlight glows across his powerful body. Strong wind ripples endlessly through the tall grass surrounding the silent giant beneath the African sky. His calm, battle-hardened eyes stare across the endless savanna with the wisdom of a survivor forged through danger and resilience. No longer the fragile newborn trembling helplessly beneath circling hyenas, Twiga now reigns as one of the tallest and most powerful giants of the African wilderness. From a vulnerable calf hunted by hyenas, leopards, and lions to a legendary adult standing proudly beneath the endless savanna sun, Twiga's journey is forged through courage, instinct, endurance, and relentless survival.